when people do trash pickups, they experience the psychological phenomenon of agency, of political agency for the first time in the most basic way, which is I personally can change my environment. And a lot of people in New York haven't really felt that before. So, and it's dramatic if you have a dirty sidewalk, then all of a sudden becomes clean and you know you did it. That's actually kind of intoxicating. In the first instance, they're granted access to a feeling of agency, and most people feel dispossessed politically. The kind of quasi-dangerous thing is, as soon as you clean it up, you're going to see someone toss a coffee cup on the sidewalk. And that's the make or break point, because many people, if they don't have someone to turn to talk strategy or something, they will blow up internally. They'll think there's no point. It's just going to go right back to the way it was. There's a version of a trash pickup across many different policy domains, but these general points stay the same. You get a taste of agency. You actually want to lean into it. And then you get an immediate reversal and you are tempted to think, what's the point? No one cares. Only I care. And what I usually say to people, because like this happens all the time, I usually, you get a coffee, you chill out a little bit, and I say, well, let's back up. I don't think you're the only one who cares. Number one, because like we have people who ran for city council. I think they care, at least. You might not agree with them, but they care, and they stood for election, which is an unpleasant process to go through. They care. And then you can go down the list. So clearly other people care. It's not just you. So don't feel alone. But second of all, ask yourself, did you do what was necessary to create an entirely new trash paradigm on that sidewalk? Do you think you did that in 20 minutes? You did not. It's actually weird that you expect for it to stay clean very long. Now, it shouldn't go back to like 1 week's worth of trash accumulation in a second. But just because you immediately see a new piece of trash, that should be no reason to forsake action in the political realm. You should now start to think to yourself, all right, I didn't do what's necessary to say add new trash cans or change the frequency of sanitation pickups. So I have no logical reason to expect that this is going to be fundamentally different. But now I will do that. If I actually care about this sidewalk being clean, the next step up is to do what is required to achieve what I would like. For me, the best thing for a lot of people to do is follow that chain of events, the same ones that you can say happen in trash. Like pick it up, have the dark night of the soul when you see the first piece of trash go back down, and then realize, okay, what is the next step here to do even more than what I just did to get an even better result, an even higher leverage result? And you can do that in many different policy domains and in many different ways. I just think trash pickup's the best one. And it's best to do with your friends, because you're outside in the sun getting moderate physical, having moderate physical exertion. You're going to feel nice. Picking up trash is actually way different than most people would expect. But again, ideally, maybe you also invite me to your trash pickup. And then you can ask questions like, well, what is the Department of Sanitation actually? How do I know what their schedule is? What are their rights and responsibilities in this area? How can I change how that works here? I make myself available to as many people as possible when they do stuff like this, because it's one thing to organize yourself and your friends and have a nice time. It's another to have someone on site who can help you lift your eyes to a larger vision and who can answer all the little small administrative questions that are going to pop up. Otherwise, if you don't go through a Maximum New York class or you don't have that person, you're going to face a giant blob of friction in front of you as you try to learn, and it's going to be unpleasant.